Welcome back to episode 2, Successful Brand Online mini-series. I started off with content strategy and delivery on episode 1. So if you haven't seen one, click the link wherever it falls on the screen because today we're going to be talking about offers and sales systems. So if you haven't seen the first one, go take a look at it before this and we'll get right to it. So talking about sales systems, offers, creating those offers, whether you even want to create offers or become an affiliate with a company, you get to choose these things when you build your brand. That's the beauty about it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just integrate yourself into any system you'd like. So starting off, we'll talk about how to create these offers, whether you want it for yourself or you want to partner with one, how you could do that, sales funnel CRMs, organic strategy, and how the cascade method and monetization methods can help you with this, and also a little bit about promotion. Once you build your brand, I'm sure the first thing that comes to mind is, how can I make money out of this? Well, you have two options. Number one is creating your own offer. Number two, affiliating with somebody else's offer. Let's start with creating your own offer. In this case, pretend that you are in your, let's say, real estate industry, and you want to teach realtors on how to increase sales by 50% in the next 30 to 60 days by leveraging your frameworks and strategies that you have used in your own experience. First of all, that's the first thing that you want to come up with, your inventory, which is the list of accolades, skills, the knowledge that you have built up over time of being in your industry. That becomes the deliverables and the value that you provide. And ask yourself one question: what is the biggest problem that realtors in my space deal with? Usually it's sales. So if you have the solution on how you can increase sales by XYZ percentage, that can become your offer. Assuming you have this inventory, what I like to use, and shout out to Alex Hormozi, is the value equation on how you're going to package those things together and how you're going to present it to your prospective customer so that they end up buying from you. Because if you just tell them, hey, I could help you increase your sales by 50%, which is the ideal outcome, how do you do it? How do you package it? What's the roadmap? This is what's going to help you put that together. So you want to use this value equation. Know what the dream outcome is. In this case, it's 50% increase of sales. Whether the person is at $0 or $1 million, if you're confident that you can do that, that's how you pitch it. Number two, the perceived likelihood that you can help this person achieve that 50% increase in sales. That can be showing them a clear roadmap, testimonials, your own personal experience, storytelling. That's how you increase the likelihood or the perception that they think you can actually help them solve that problem. Very important, because if they feel like they can't believe what you're talking about, well, then you lost a sale already. If you don't have testimonials, well, you could show them a very clear roadmap of what you guys are going to be going through together in a very concise and clear manner, and that gives them a little more confidence in knowing that you know what you're talking about. So there's various ways of doing things, but you could get creative with that. Number two, time delay. Can you do this in 30 days for the person? Can you do this in 60 days? The shorter the time frame, the more you're able to charge for this. Because if you tell somebody, I could help you increase your sales within the next 12 months by 50%, they're going to pay you XYZ dollars. But if you tell them in 30 days, well, then they're going to pay you exponentially more, because human beings love to get quick results. And the faster you are at bringing those results, the more people are inclined to pay for them. And last but not least, effort and sacrifice. Lay out exactly what is the effort and the sacrifice that they need to go through by purchasing this plan in order to achieve said dream outcome. Is it 2 calls a week with you? Is it 1 call per week? Is it consuming the entire course? Do you have a PDF system that they need to consume and take tests on every single month? You lay out those rules. The beauty about all of this is how you price it depends on what the hell it is you want to make. Okay, everything you purchase online is completely made up. All you got to figure out is, what's the cost of you delivering these things? Anything above that is the value that you give to yourself, and play around with it. Start off at a price that you feel comfortable at giving this service, and test it out with people who you offer it to. Are they willing to pay it? If not, then you lower the price little by little. And if they are, and you start getting a ton of sales, well, then you could start playing around with that number by increasing it as well. So this is very malleable according to what you want to do. So use this, screenshot it, take it home. He has a book about this as well. I recommend you read it, Value Equation, very powerful. Now let's say you don't want to start your own offer and you have no idea what it is that you want to do, but you do know there's influencers out there that have great services, great products. They could either be coaching offers, courses, that you connect with, maybe you even consumed. And I recommend you consume anything before you resell it. Second option is becoming an affiliate or a sales rep. If you reach out to the influencers you look up to, 95% of the time, if you go up to them and say, hey, I have an audience, I know that they would love your products and services because I have bought them and I'm confident I could resell them. Do you have an affiliate program? I actually created a script here that you could copy paste and send it to 10 influencers a day that you look up to. I promise you, if you're consistent, you will get at least a 50% response rate, because anybody who you go up to saying you have an audience that you want to sell to with their product for a commission, they'll say yes. The sales rep is a little more difficult because this requires a hiring process. You're asking the influencer or the entrepreneur you look up to for leads. Not everybody's willing to give leads to anyone. You have to be very good at sales and you have to know the product well. So if that's what you want to do and you don't want to go generate your own leads, well then that's a whole different story and we could talk about that in another video. Building out your own offers or becoming an affiliate is just the beginning of this whole thing. How you're going to generate those leads, how you're going to hook them, it becomes part of this game. There's something called a freebie and a nurture process. Depending on what you want to sell, let's say you're in the real estate industry, back to that example. We all know that in order to solve a particular problem, especially for money, it has to be relatively big. This problem, let's say it costs $1,000. This is what people pay you to solve this problem. There's going to be a multitude of different steps prior to achieving this solution. This is the roadmap that you are taking people on in order to achieve this outcome. You can grab any of these points within your roadmap and create a freebie. This could be a PDF guide, it could be a quick video course showing them a solution out of one of these little issues that's part of the formula to get here. What is this going to do? Number one, you're giving real value. Remember how I spoke about on episode 1, social media has turned into a value-driven platform. People expect free stuff, they expect to get educated, they expect transparency. The biggest transparency you can give with people on an offer is showing them how they can fix a smaller problem within the big issue that you're trying to solve for free. This is going to cause them to give you emails, numbers, contact information that you can later leverage on an email list or some type of marketing campaign that you could set up for yourself. Once they receive this freebie, the first question that's going to come to mind is, what else do they got? Assuming they actually consumed it and took the steps to fix that particular problem, it's going to tell them that you know what you're talking about. And that's going to cause them to want more, because what they're thinking is, if they can help me fix this issue for free, how does it look like when I pay him the $1,000 to fix this bigger issue that we have here? That's the bigger question that you want them asking in their mind, aside from the trust that you build from giving them the freebie. Here's a few examples that I have. There's a multitude of different steps that people take whenever they purchase a coaching product from me or a marketing agency product from me. I grab 3 of these. One of them is content. Second one is mindset. The third one is making money online and offers creation. I created 3 ebooks out of 3 different problems within this larger scale. I've been able to get quite a bit of contact information thanks to these 3 ebooks. Where did I create them? You could do them on Canva. You could leverage other platforms that have PDF and ebook creations. They have different templates. I just like Canva because you could play around with it a lot more, so I recommend it. Use ChatGPT to help you come up with more context, but do not plagiarize. The knowledge that's coming out of these PDFs should be original. So use ChatGPT to help you with grammar, format, maybe grabbing facts from the web that could help you back up your ideas, but don't come up with something generic. They're not going to read it, and it ends up backfiring on you because it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about or you sound robotic. So make sure that it is indeed original. You need to actually give value here, okay? Now to the burning question. How the hell do I get these leads? This is what we all want to figure out. We have brands, we have the offer, we got the freebies. How do we even get these freebies in front of the right people? There's various different ways of doing this without having to pay for ads. Number 1 is getting your organic content out there, but it's not enough. You have to go find your clients when you're getting started. You have to do a little bit of guerrilla marketing. Force yourself into the doorstep of your ideal customer. Not only do you need to know what your package solves, you need to be very in tune with who your customer is, so it becomes easier for you to find them via DMs. You use hashtags, You use different networks, use influencers, maybe pages that your ideal customers follow, and you go and engage with people who follow those pages. In order for you to find those, you need to be in tune with your customer. So that's number one. And sending DMs is not the only way of generating leads. You can also post your offers on your stories. Your stories are your documentation process. This is where you show people what's going on a daily basis, with the occasional commercial breaks, showing them, hey, this is what I can do for you. After educating you for over the last 3 stories, here's the offer so that you can do the same. Things like that. You should give at least 1 to 2 commercial breaks per day, offering the things that you are promoting. And don't be afraid to promote. That's why I highlighted this here too. You are your biggest promoter. People don't see it enough. People are getting hit by an advertisement, or they're getting promoted to so frequently on a daily basis, especially if they consume content for over 3 to 5 hours a day. They forget about your offer after the first 30 seconds of scrolling by. It's inevitable. So if you feel like you're promoting too much, you really aren't. You have to keep doing it. And that's why daily commercial breaks on your stories are necessary. But in this case, let's continue talking about DMs, because this is where you could get that direct conversion with the person who's ideal for you. So let's pretend that you found that person through hashtags, other people's networks. There's a process before you send the DM, and you should be sending 10 messages a day starting out, and then turn it into 15, and then turn it into 20. It doesn't cost a dime to do this yourself. When you find your ideal customer, you don't want to send the initial DM immediately. You want to engage with them first. First thing you want to do is like a few pics. Second thing, comment intentionally under a video or another picture. Show them that you actually consumed whatever it is they posted. Number 3, follow them. And you have a bonus one. If they have a story up, you could go in their story posts and like a few of them. That'll give them more notifications. So there's a 3-phase process with this. Phase 1, initial outreach. This should be a conversation starter. Spark curiosity. Whatever you do, do not pitch unless you're giving something away. But in this case, you don't want to do that. How would you approach somebody when you network? Casual, human, low pressure, simple. Phase 2, rapport building. When you build rapport, you don't want to build it all within the DMs. The fastest way to make a warm lead cold is by leaving that rapport within the DMs. You want to take it out as soon as possible. So we'll go through this process. It should only be a 2 to 3 DM process. Keep it personal. Build the connection. Ask them a little bit about them. Ask open-ended questions about their business. And make it obvious that this is a business conversation. Ask them strategic questions that are going to help you help them make a better decision if you guys are compatible to work together. Phase 3 is intent and conversion. Now that you're reaching the 3rd to 5th DM, you guys might be starting to ask each other questions that are more technical. Don't answer them on the DM. This is your opportunity to ask for the phone number. If the person isn't saying, take my credit card information right now, you want to grab their phone number or email, or both, right off the bat. If they don't reply to you, you could follow up in 2 to 3 days saying, hey, just reaching back out, bumping this up your inbox. I know you're probably busy, but really want to connect. I feel like we have synergy here. Looking forward to hearing back. If you don't hear back, that's fine. It's a numbers game at the end of the day as well, because remember, this is not advertising. You're knocking on their doorsteps. So here's an example that I had in one of my DMs. It's going to help you figure out your script. It's going to give you an idea how the conversation should flow. So this is a guy that's in real estate. I wanted to get him in one of my coaching programs because I noticed that he started building his personal brand, or he started adding content from his business page on his personal page. So what's my initial message? Something short and concise. I'm not trying to sell him. Remember, hi Austin, just came across your page, gave you a follow, have some synergies, message me back when you see this. It took him about, a few hours, maybe 12 hours here, 10 hours to get back to me. He said, hey, what's up? Tell me about these synergies. Excellent. My second DM is talking a little bit about what I saw. Remember, we're intentional with these. It was obvious to me that he was trying to build his personal brand. I said, can't complain. I notice you've been sharing more about your business on your personal page. I'm not sure if you're aiming to build that up, but I know, and this is where you could come in with data, and if you do come in with data, make sure you have sources to back that up. 67% of Americans are willing to spend more money on products and services from companies and founders who have their personal brands aligned with their own values. What does he say? For sure, I'm definitely taking in ideas. I'm on my second social challenge in the last 4 weeks, and I've been testing out a few things. So he's the perfect lead. And how did I know he was a perfect lead? Because I did my due diligence before I sent the DM. Immediately, what's your phone number and email? We definitely need to talk. And what did he do? He sent me his phone number. Conversation needs to go offline as soon as possible for that lead to remain hot. And then you put that person through your sales process, or you shoot them a call, or if you want to keep their guard down, just shoot them a text like you said. Shoot me your number, I'll text you right now, and we'll keep talking. Very little work as long as you're strategic and intentional. Okay, so the last part of this video, I don't want to elaborate too much because I will have an episode completely about systems and operations and integrations. But as you build these DMs and you start getting leads from your freebies and you start outsourcing a few things, once you start getting customers in the door, 2 CRMs I highly recommend: Go High Level and HubSpot. Go High Level is cheaper. It's not as malleable as HubSpot in terms of fulfillment, but they're definitely 2 very good applications that you could use for your business. This is one of my pillars in the communication framework that I'll be talking about in another one of my videos that you should definitely be thinking about. Whenever somebody gives you their contact info and they're not ready to buy something, they should be nurtured. There should be an email sequence, a sales funnel, a newsletter, SMS sequences, and you could build all these things within these applications. There's a few more here that I really like as well. I've used StanStore in the past. You could create your offers and package them within your StanStore. You could even package your own courses in your StanStore, attach your Stripe to sell within the platform. WAP does this as well, and so does School for Community Building. These platforms alone can net you millions of dollars a year if you know how to put your packages together, you know how to generate leads, and you know how to drive those leads home. If you like this video, like, subscribe, follow for more, because I'm going to be posting these instructional videos over the next few weeks, and looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one.